Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and today I woke up and I thought I want to do a video with transparent tarot. So I would like to see the layers that we can explore, maybe, when it comes to coronavirus and to our situations in the world right now. So I want to see what are we seeing, what's underneath of what we see, and maybe what are the consequences of this situation right now. So this is the Transparent Tarot by Emily Carding. Pulled the book as well because I haven't used this deck forever. It's kind of a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but if you haven't seen this deck, you will see that it is a little bit different. It's a little bit more pippish, more symbolic. So we'll see how it goes. And in the beginning, I'm going to just pull 3 rows of 3, but then I'm going to put the cards on top of one another just to see what's coming up. So this is the first level. So what's happening on the surface? What do we see on the surface? What's happening right now? So we have the 7 of Swords here. So off the bat, we know that there is some uncertainty. 7 of Wands often is called a thief card, but also it speaks about just things that are not quite clear, that we're not sure what's really going on, and there might be somebody taking advantage of the situation. The next card I pull is the 9 of Wands. So here we kind of seeing the perseverance and the strength, but also this may be isolation, that cutting ourselves from life in some sense. And then we see the Star, and it's probably a lovely sign to see the Star. But I'm also a little bit wary sometimes. Star usually brings healing, but Star is also ruled by Aquarius, and Star shows also the magnitude of things. So I'm hoping that right now the situation is still not under control, that the isolation and kind of perseverance of people and strength and taking maybe this personal power back will lead in the end to healing. But also the Star ruled by Aquarius and Uranus going through Taurus makes me wonder, and Saturn going into Aquarius soon, how it's going to bring the healing or the stop to the spreading of the virus or of the panic or the consequences of what's going to happen. But Star probably is a welcome card to see. So let's see what's underneath. Here we see another 7, and there is the Fighting 7. So here we have on the surface like this intellectual thing, but here we have actually what's happening. It's that there is more fighting going on than we see on the surface. On the surface we maybe see some avoiding techniques or avoidance techniques, but actually we are in the process of fighting this. So this is interesting. When we put these cards together, then we see 2 sevens, Swords and Wands, and 2 people running away. So somebody's fighting, let's say, the virus. At the same time, somebody else is running away with some valid maybe information, or running away with some who knows what the swords can be, but there is no communication between the two, and it's like this guy is taking something up. And then we have 8 of Wands here on the 9 of Wands, and we see that interesting story that this guy seems to be wanting to catch this guy. So, or if we have these cards together like this guy is fighting spreading of the virus. That could be a situation as well. So in some way we have 2 people, one is fighting here, and this could be also scientists trying to invent a like doing research and invent the the medicine for the virus. And here we have this perseverance, but also wanting to, you know, go and get out of it, which we are being fought of. So there's much more movement and much more resistance in the back here, in the subconscious level. And then we have the World card. So I like this. I think this is going to get better. These are two beautiful cards. Also, again, it can come in spirals, you know, we're spiraling out of it. With the star, it suggests that it's like a beautiful healing card. But if we put this on top of one another, this is an interesting story that's happening. So again, first card, two people. One is taking something away, one is trying to stop this guy who's flying towards him. And this could be the virus itself. Also just reminds me with all these spikes sticking out, that might be spreading in spirals, or that at some point with perseverance, despite the resistance and despite the need to spread, this is going to be healed and stopped. And the consequences. So first of all, we have the Hermit. So this is the peak of the mountains. Right now maybe mountain is obscuring the light, but the light is coming forth. And if we put it, so it's interesting because suddenly the mountain separates the two people here. So, you know, I'm just doing it of bats. I'm thinking as I'm going, but one is running away, one is trying to hold that evolution or that movement maybe of the virus. And then there is this mountain and the light. Here we have the Emperor, and it's like people escaping from the cities. So now we have maybe cities being on lockdown, but something trying to escape into the nature. Maybe it is escaping, but here the guy is holding off whatever is trying to leave here. And the last card we have Knight of Swords, and this Knight of Swords is like protecting or vowing to, and it's interesting that he's got spiral on his arm as well, so it's like he belongs to the force that comes with the healing kind of force. Maybe it's a scientist, maybe there will be a new way to actually guard ourselves from the virus. But this would be the layers that we see. So first we will, what we are faced with is this, and then we are faced with this, what's underneath, and then the consequences of this whole thing. So we can also do something like that. So this is what's on the surface. This is what's going on under the surface. So something is spreading in spirals and we're trying to protect it. And this is what's going on, or the consequences of these actions. And here we have the mountain, the cities, and wow, maybe the cities will go on lockdown. Anyway, I don't know, but it's an interesting scenario. And I actually love this tarot for the many possibilities that you know, that are shown here, that we can just look at and see for ourselves, like what can we, you know, what can be a possible scenario. And I love how you can do the various options here. But it's an interesting one indeed, how we have this perseverance and lockdown shown, and how the virus escapes somewhere. Maybe somebody benefits on it, maybe this is just a medical research. And how here we have this Hermit, the Emperor, and the Knight of Swords. It's like, if we look from this side, we see the cities, the blocked mountain in the back. Maybe there's a police officer, or like the kind of forces that protect. Here we see the spirally movement of, I don't know, other people protecting it outside of the cities, and maybe the perseverance and healing and research that will bring some information back. But anyway, this, I thought that was a fun way to play. So yeah, it's an interesting motion. Let me know what you think and what would be your interpretations of these combinations, because I would probably have some other ones in 5 minutes if I looked at the cards for longer. I'm curious to hear yours. Now, thanks for watching, and that was the Transparent Tarot by Emily Carding. A very cool deck. Thanks. Bye.